You're watching News at Prime, and we continue our discussion on the growing tensions between the top two members of the Government of National Unity. ANC veteran Reverend Frank Chikane expressing unhappiness over what he says is the DA's Helen Zille's constant reminder that the ANC did not win an outright majority whenever there are disputes between these two. Reverend Chikane joins me now. Reverend, good evening to you, and thank you for your time. What is the source of your irritation here? Is it the reminder? Well, Helen Zille will probably tell you that it's a fact. You didn't win an outright majority.
Yeah, no. I think, everybody accepts that the ANC got 40%, so that's not the debate. What the issue that concerns genuine members of the ANC and the masses of the people who support the ANC is to be reminded all the time that you didn't win an election as if they won an election. And they forget that, it's almost like double the support from what they have. So my issue is not about Helen Zille, because I expect her to do that. My issue is that we as the people, the genuine members of the African National Congress, not those who brought the African National Congress into disrepute, not those who are corrupt, not those who misuse people's resources, but the genuine members of the cadres, let me call them, of the African National Congress, who are there for the service of the people rather than serve themselves, need to take a stand, because we can't be insulted every corner to say, yeah, you lost. We know what we lost, why we lost. We know it's some of our own members who led to this, but we have decided on a renewal program. And that program means that every genuine cadre must be called up. It's a call up now to come and fix the African National Congress, take it back to the people. This is the people's organization. It's not an organization of corrupt lot. We must get the people claim the organization. It's their organization. It's not the members' organization. And make sure we have people with capability to deal with the mess in the local government, the places where we have put people who can do the job. And some people don't even know where the water comes from, but they are councillors, etc. We must clean up all that. We must go back to the people and say, the movement was captured. We are now here, all the genuine members. Those who jump ship because they are corrupt, let them go. But the genuine members must clean the organization. And in the next election, we must go and win this election so that we are not insulted every corner of the way. It is the people who matter, and not individuals.
Well, before that next election comes around, the real action from the ANC, I would want to think, from the point of view of members of the public, is to see genuine action and moving with energy to rid the organization, therefore, of those elements, exactly the people you describe, those who have no clue where the water comes from, and yet they sit in municipal structures. But perhaps the biggest job has got to start from an entity such as, or the structure such as the one that you lead. I know you are not here on ANC integrity matters, but there is irritation on the part of the public to constantly hear the ANC saying, we are going to deal with the matter of those who were implicated at the Zondo Commission. When is the answer, or when is what they want to hear?
Now, that's an internal matter, and I'm not here about the commission, but just to inform the public, the commission has dealt with all the cases except the recent ones, which it's still dealing with. And the NEC called a special NEC meeting. We've been waiting for this for some time. And it happened during this weekend to look at all the reports of the commission, to act accordingly and make sure that those who bring the organization into disrepute through their actions or corruption must be dealt with. They do corruption for their own self, not for the masses of the people. We want to make sure that the NEC acts, and they met this weekend, and there's still going to be a press briefing. From the statement the president has made yesterday, at the end, it's hopeful that they've made the necessary decisions to act. And if they fail, they will be bringing the organization into disrepute, the NEC itself. So I'm not expecting it to fail. We have had discussions as veterans and members. We need to clean the organization to present the ANC to the people as the people's organization that cares about them and not enriching individuals. And once we do that, the masses will come and vote again. Remember, there are millions of people who didn't vote. We didn't choose other parties at all. The other parties remain stagnant.
Yeah.
But the people decided they won't vote unless you clean up this thing. And this is what we are calling the genuine cadres of the movement. Even those who are outside, who are in business, in other occupations, we're calling everybody back to come and reclaim the organization, deliver it to the people as the OR Tambo organization it left us, and make sure it serves the people of South Africa. And you will see from the election. So Zille's taunting of the ANC is taunting the genuine members of the ANC, not the corrupt lot. And the genuine members of the ANC must stop that by making sure we win the election. That's the only way in which you can. But we can't win it if we don't start now, clean up the system, make sure the municipalities work, make sure government delivers, make sure there's quality service. We can do that. We did it the first 15 years. I was there.
Reverend Chikane.
And we can do it even today,
Reverend Chikane, I hear you.
Yeah.
And I also would want for you to hear me as well, though. Because, and I like the fact that you invoke the name of the late President General of the ANC, OR Tambo, because the president made a speech yesterday in memory of OR Tambo, and part of what he said, which has stuck with me, is that if we are honest, we are our own worst enemy as the ANC.
Yeah.
And so it then springs to mind that what we are addressing here, you and me, is the pace at which the ANC moves to remove people. I think disciplining people within the ANC, that's one thing. But for people to remain in public office when there are very clear allegations that are very uncomfortable, I can tell you now, Reverend, that it's probably going to take me and other media colleagues some time to talk to our Minister of Justice, because she is running away from the media. She's trying to avoid the media because of the stink that is around her at the moment. So what I'm trying to point out is the speed at which the ANC deals with its members, particularly those who hold public office, does not endear the party to the public. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but let me talk as part of the veterans of the movement. You will know that the ANC Veterans League has been taking a very hard line to say the ANC must act. And it has been saying this for the last 18 months after the elections of the National Executive of the Veterans League. And this is what led to the special NEC meeting this last weekend. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. But there have been huge pressure because there's resistance from those who are implicated. you need to act, and a special NEC meeting was called. So this weekend was a crunch weekend for us to make sure that action is taken. So I'm waiting for the press briefing that the SG will give. We hope that this will be the beginning of action and action against those who have caused the people of South Africa the loss of the confidence in the ANC and landing us in the place in which we are, debating about what needs to be done, when in fact we know what needs to be done to better the lives of the people of this country. So that's what we really need to do. And we want to do it in a united manner. That's why I'm quoting O.R. Tambo. This is a movement of the people of South Africa, black and white, everybody. It is a movement that was meant to bring the country together, liberate it from apartheid, and set up a new democratic system that serves all the people of South Africa. That's what we are looking for. And I'm actually convinced that we have just arrived, but we are calling on the clean cadres of the movement, wherever they are in their society, to move back into the center of the ANC and make sure that we deal with corruption, we deal with compromised members, we deal with those who came here for their own interest or looking for tenders or supporting people who will give them privileges. All that can't be a cadre of the African National Congress. A cadre of the African National Congress, it's a person who's there to make sure the resources of the state are used for the people and not for themselves.
Let me ask you this, Reverend. I don't remember one moment, and again, I'm in your hands here. I don't remember a single instance when Mr. Mchunu, Willis Mchunu, the veteran of the ANC, was ever embroiled in a corruption scandal. I know him to be an elder of the ANC, probably someone that younger members look to for guidance.
Yeah.
He has left the ANC. And where is he now? He's in the MK party. How does that make you feel? How does that endear the ANC to the South African public when people like that start leaving?
Well, I mean, I don't want to talk about personalities. People have got the right to make choices. What I'm talking about, it's not about other parties, not even about Zille. The issue for me is something went wrong within the ANC, and the ANC got captured by people who were corrupt and used it for their purposes. That's why instead of it being a leader of society, people began to lose confidence. What we need to do, and those who make choices can make their choices, but what I'm calling for is genuine cadres of the movement. If there are those who are genuine who went to other parties, they are welcome to come back. But we don't want to be spending time debating with corrupt people within the organization. We don't need that. We need people who are cadres to serve the people of South Africa. This is the type of ANC people want. And if we return it to them, they will gain confidence again, and the ANC will win an election, not for itself, but for the people.
Okay.
I think that's really, for me, the issue. So there are many people who are unhappy. I've expressed my own unhappiness. I've said it before. I don't want to be led by corrupt people. I've said it so. And that we need to clean it up. We can't be happy if people steal billions of rands when there's sewer running in a street in a township, and you expect those people to vote for you. No. We must go and make sure the resources of the state are used to serve the people. The people must see a difference in their quality of life, the economy, must begin to perform differently. Where did you have a company where you steal billions and the company still stands? It can't stand.
Let me ask you this final question. Let me ask you this final question. Do you foresee in the near future the ANC winning power with a clear majority above 50%? Do you think there will ever be a time like that again?
Well, it's going to happen, but it will happen if we do what we are supposed to do. We need to start from the branch, make sure the people who came there for other purposes don't stay in that branch. We need people who are going to change and be cadres. We must rely on the branch member who's going to vote for the leaders nationally, who are not bought to serve interests of individuals. We have to clean the branch. We must clean the leadership. We must make sure we clean up in government people who don't have capacity to run government. We've got enough people here with skills.
All right.
And we can make sure that we deliver services. That's critical. We mustn't have people in Soweto ending up going and use Pramastorf and Baola because the electric system is not working. We must make all that work. People are paid for it. If they can't do it, they must ship out and get people with skills to do it. We need to take a radical position. We fought a struggle. People died. You can see people are being exhumed, brought back home. It was a costly struggle. Indeed. We can't allow criminals to play games around us, make the ANC to lose confidence when it's supposed to lose the confidence of the people when it's supposed to serve the people. I think that's really what I'm calling for, so that we don't get taunted every corner to say, yeah, you lost an election. Well, we're going to win the election, and we're going to mobilize the people the way we did in the past.
All right.
And we're going to make sure they take over their movement and make it deliver.